Animals use their horns for various purposes. While some use it as a defense mechanism, others see it as a tool of oppression. Regardless of their use, these are 10 animals with the biggest horns on the planet. Number 10. Alpine ibex, also called the steinbok or capra. Ibex, the alpine ibex, is a wild species of mountain-dwelling goat. They are found throughout the European Alps. Even though they almost went extinct during the 19th century, they are social animals that would likely be found in groups according to their sex and age. Males measure up to 40 inches tall at the shoulder and weighs between 150 to 258 pounds. Their coat is often brownish-gray and thick, therefore allowing them to live at high altitudes. Both species grow horns that curve backward with multiple ridges. The males have longer and larger horns. The longest of them stretches up to 39 inches long from base to tip. Of all animals with the biggest horns in the world, the alpine ibex is the most likely to use its horns in dueling over a potential mate. Ibex are herbivores and eat vegetation like bushes, grass, and shrubs. The low nutritional value of their diet means that they spend most of their day eating. Number 9. Addax, also called the white antelope. The addax is a member of the spiral-horned antelope group. Although they mainly exist in the Sahara Desert, a few of them remain in the wild thanks to uncontrolled hunting. As a result, they are listed as critically endangered species today. They live in zoos and preserve them from going extinct. Males measure around 41 to 45 inches tall, while weighing between 220 to 276 pounds. Females are usually smaller than males, but the difference isn't that obvious. In winter, it is gray-brown, and in summer, it changes to white or blonde. The addax is one of the animals with the biggest horns in the world. Males and females grow 1 to 2 loops, while female horns grow as tall as 31 inches. The male horns can reach up to 43 inches long. Interestingly, they are nocturnal because the cool weather at night makes it easier for them to move around. Since they can't outrun their predators, they're often hunted by leopards, hyenas, and cheetahs. Even if they escape animal predators, they have humans to grapple with. Number 8. Scimitar oryx. This animal got its name from its horns, since it bears resemblance to that of scimitars. The scimitar oryx is one of the 4 extant species of oryxes found in Africa, also called scimitar horned oryx. This animal went extinct in the wild way back in 2000. However, a small number of them live in monitored preserves and zoos. Globally, unlike other species of oryxes, scimitar oryxes do not have dark leg and face markings, and their horns are curved rather than straight. Their coat is mostly beige or white, which keeps them warm during hot weather conditions. At their tallest, males stand up to 3.3 feet, while females are slightly smaller. Both animals grow horns, but out of the males reach a whopping 47 inches long. Although this animal is classified as a straight-horn antelope, they have curved horns too. It's this curve that gives them their names, as they are similar to what scimitars have. Number 7. Elk. Elks are also called the wapiti. They are the second largest members of the deer family, following closely after the moose. They're found in forests in North America, East and Central Asia. The name wapiti is a Cree and Shawnee word used to describe a white rump. This refers to their beige or white coat that covers from their neck down. They also boast a thick, shaggy mane of dark brown around their neck that matches the color of their face. Males stand up to 4 feet and 11 inches tall and weigh almost 1,300 pounds. Females are not known to have antlers, but males do. Theirs may grow up to 1 inch per day until they fully develop. The largest one recorded reached 48 inches long from point to point and weighed nearly 40 pounds per antler. During mating season, males use these horns to wrestle with their competitors for mating opportunities. Number 6. Caribou. Also called reindeers, caribous ranked top amongst animals with the biggest horns in the world. They are scattered across northern Europe, Siberia, and North America. However, the Young describes them as endangered owing to their low population. Both care about living herds, and while some of them migrate to new areas, others remain at a place all year round. Their coat is gray-brown with a thick mane around the neck. Caramel subspecies have different sizes, with the boreal woodland care about being the largest. Males and females have antlers, but the sizes differ among subspecies. As they grow, a thick velvet covers the antlers, but later falls off as they stop growing. Of all the deer species, caribou boasts the largest horns compared to their body. At full size, these horns reach up to 39 inches, points a point, and measure 53 inches long. The caribou's diet varies during the season, but consists mainly of mosses and lichen. Even with the abundant forage in the summer, their calcium intake is not enough for antler development. Therefore, they draw calcium from areas like the ribs. Number 5. Markhor, also called the screwhorn. The markhor is a species of wild goat native to Central Asia. In Persia, the name marko means snake killer. This is because legend has it that it kills and eats snakes. This animal lives in mountainous scrublands and forests, with their diet varying from tree matter and grasses depending on the season. While males live alone outside during mating season, females prefer to live in small herds. Their coats appear light brown or black and vary in length during the year. An average animal stands between 26 to 45 inches tall and weighs between 71 and 243 pounds. Although males and females grow horns, the males are usually larger. The horns connect to the corkscrew and head tightly up and outward. When straightened, the male horns can measure up to 63 inches long. That is, the females don't reach up to that, but are relatively longer than most animals. The markhor's breeding season is between April to June. 1 or 2 young are born after a gestation period of 155 days. Females become sexually mature after 2 years, but males become mature around 4 to 5 years. Number 4. Greater kudu. The greater kudu is another member of the spiral-horned antelope like the atax and bushbuck. It is one of the 2 species of kudu, while the other is a smaller, lesser kudu. They are scattered throughout eastern and southern Africa. Although they're at risk of endangerment thanks to poaching and habitat loss, greater kudus have slender bodies and long legs. Their coats are either reddish-brown or brownish-gray, with 4 to 12 white stripes along their torso. One of the largest antelope species reaches up to 63 inches tall and weighs between 429 to 694 pounds. Aside from beards, males grow long horns with 2 or 3 twists. When measured along the curve, the antlers are between 47 and 74 inches long. Number 3. Moose. The moose is the largest extant deer species and an animal that boasts one of the biggest horns in the world. They live in North America and parts of Poland, Kazakhstan, and Russia, where they're called elk. Unlike most deer, they live alone and only meet with others during the breeding season. Adults stand between 4.6 to 6.9 feet, while weighing from 441 to 1543 pounds. Only male moose grow horns that are dendritic or twig-like shape. The antlers branch out from the center of the head before curving upward and broadening out. Immature moose's horns may measure up to 83 inches from point to point and weigh 40 pounds each. Like most animals with massive horns, they use it to wrestle with others for mating rights. This eventually gives them an upper edge over their peers. Number 2. Asian water buffalo. The Asian buffalo is one of the most famous animals when it comes to its horns, also called the water buffalo. These domestic bovines hail from Southeast Asia and India. Today, they're one of the most abundant buffalo species in the world, with over 130 million of them worldwide. There are 2 types of them, the leaner and taller buffalo, and the stockier swamp buffalo. Their skin ranges from black to blue, and then gray depending on their subspecies and age. They measure between 47 and 63 inches tall and weigh from 660 to 2,400 pounds. Asian water buffalo have horns that grow outward and curve into a semicircle. Many of them reach 10 feet from point to point and measure 60 inches long each. Therefore, the world record of the longest horns belonged to a bull shot in 1995 whose horns measured 13 feet and 10 inches from point to point. Number 1. Ankle Watusi. The ankle Watusi is a relatively newbie of domestic cattle. All of them come from the Santa cattle. From Africa, their name is a combination of two terms in Uganda. They are called ankle, while the Tutsi people of Burundi called them Watusi. Modern breeds began to emerge in the 1960s from the breeding between the Canadian domestic breed and the Santa cattle because they were rare, and only about 1,500 of them as of 2016. Most of these cattle are reddish-brown, have some patches or white mottling on the skin. Males measure between 900 to 1,609 pounds, while their female counterparts are relatively smaller. The most distinguishing feature of this animal is its horns, as it boasts the largest spread of any domestic cattle breed. The spread measures almost 40.7 inches point to point, while the individual horns can reach out to 37.5 inches long. See you next time.